That's it. She was working good and right. Don't worry. Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today, actually it's officially day 2 of my trip. I didn't record anything going through Tennessee, which, by the way, Club Style Tennessee, I'm sorry if I ever ragged on you guys for not leaving your state. It took what seemed like all day to go from one end of Tennessee. I didn't realize how long Tennessee was, so either way, made it all the way through Tennessee. We are in Bristol, Virginia, and that's where I met up with Coley. So Coley, I'll drop his Instagram handle right here. He came in from Atlanta. Him and I were heading from here to Washington, D.C. Just to kind of do some little touristy stuff. It's about 370 miles. See a few things, maybe about an hour or so, and then head out from there to, I don't know where our stopping point is going to be. I guess it just depends on how we feel. Let me get Coley over here. Let me get him to answer some questions. Where do you think we're going to stop at after that? How much further do you think we'll want to ride? Harrisburg, I think, was like 150 miles from there.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine more than a few hundred miles after
yeah,
that.
especially with having like a stop. So Coley, like I said, wanted to do the East Coast Jam. He hit me up and I said, hell yeah, bring it, man. So he's gonna ride with me up towards New Haven and all that stuff, be with me on my first part of this trip. As you guys know, unfortunately, I'm only gonna be at the Jam for one day only. So he's gonna ride with me to the Jam. I think he's only gonna stick around to the Jam till maybe Saturday or so, because he's already talking about maybe going and hitting Niagara Falls and doing a lot of the same stuff that I'm doing, but just kind of doing it on his own as well. Not that there's anything wrong with hanging out at an event for multiple days, but when you only get the opportunity to be in certain areas of the country, you know what I mean? It's nice to take advantage of that. So let's check his bike out real quick while he's wiping it down. What year is this?
It's a 1988.
And you got this, what, a year ago?
Anniversary, yeah, about a year ago.
Just a still stock 80 like mine, right? Ish,
yeah,
stock-ish.
Stock-ish, EV27, heads reworked, re-ringed, all that.
Of course, it's got the Thunder header, which anybody that knows anything knows you're only allowed to have a Thunder header on an FXR, apparently. Bread box, air cleaner, everything's super cool.
Trident cycle supply. You see a lot of people running them on choppers, but
there's all kinds of little goodies on here. We got the kind of the Brimbos on the front. If you remember me in the last video talking about FXR Forever, there's his brake caliper mount with the Brembo on the rear. You got a 65 tooth. I can see that through the gap. So you're doing the same RPMs and speed that I'm doing. Yeah, this is what I want to, the yellow bike that will soon be a different color, which I'll reveal on this channel. This is kind of what I want to do today. I want to do, you know, upgraded brakes and just have a little bit more fun with that bike. You know, this one and the Peach bike, I try to keep it OEM, as close to OEM as I could.
FXRs are great, but they don't stop very well.
Not from the factory, no. I've learned that. One of these days I'll smarten up and put some good brakes on this bike if I'm gonna be riding it as much as I am. Let's get on these bikes, let's go get some breakfast, let's get some fuel, and we'll pick back up in a little bit. All right, well, we made it to DC. We are, it was about 370 miles, I think is what it was. It actually, my bike to where I just parked it at is 1,001 miles from my doorstep to this part. Yeah. So I've watched it turn over 1,000. We're eating at the Pentagon City food court. So the Pentagon, that's what you just saw. The little clips that I was kind of trying to show. We're gonna go over to all the monuments and walk around there a little bit. It is about 2:30 right now. But yeah, we're gonna get something to eat and then get back on the road, try to figure out a good kind of the end of this destination, and then New Haven, Connecticut tomorrow. Stay tuned. There's the Washington Monument. There's Capitol Hill way over there somewhere. But all that right there is the Pentagon. Man, I'm glad we stopped in Washington, D.C. This is cool. So this thing behind me, this is the Air Force Memorial. When we were eating, I saw it and I was like, oh man, I guess it's really close. I forgot all about this thing. I don't know if they're adding something to it or what, but I don't think this monument's actually been up all that long. I can maybe drop a little bit of information on it, but either way, I wanted to stop by here. As many of you guys know, I'm a Air Force veteran. Memorial Day was just yesterday, so it'd be kind of cool to see a few of these things, kind of pay a little bit of respect. And then yeah, we're gonna go down there where that Washington Memorial was at. We're gonna go down there, walk around, look at the monuments. We just ate at the Pentagon Mall, which was an insanely big mall, but I guess when you got a Pentagon that's the size of that thing, it makes sense. Food was actually pretty good. I got what'd you get, Mediterranean?
Yeah.
Mediterranean, I got a little Japanese. You know, we did the most non-American cuisine in the most American place. And he's wearing a Russian, he's wearing the worst shirt. Literally the worst shirt to be walking around Washington. The worst shirt to be walking around Washington, D.C. with. So anyways, we're gonna pick back up when we get back down there towards the monuments. The different color in the stones reminds me of like any build that has gold on it. It's not the same shade of gold, so it's like you got multiple.
Oh, it took that personally for a second.
Hey.
I was like, hey, wait a minute.
That's every bagger build right there with the multicolors of gold.
Mine's
It almost matches. It's almost, almost. do you think, buddy? I think we found a good little spot here.
I think so too.
Hopefully, hopefully the food is as good as the scenery. All right, what's up, everybody? It's day 3. We're getting ready to leave beautiful Kent Narrows here in Maryland. We were trying to make it to Delaware. That was actually going to be our stop for the night. And as we were coming up over, we got the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, and then I don't know what this little bridge was, but as we were coming over this bridge, I happened to just glance over here. I could see the little crab shack, you know, restaurant, all the sailboats, and I just thought to myself, man, like, I don't know, let's make the most of it instead of staying inland. So well, I guess it still is inland, it's not an island, but we made the most of it. We found a nice little, fairly inexpensive Best Western that had a really incredible complimentary breakfast. So we're getting the bikes loaded up. We're gonna head out of here. It is 300, I think just under 300 miles left to go to get to Ashley from Unit 6 in New Haven, Connecticut for some pizza. But before that, we're gonna see the Statue of Liberty, and depending on traffic, we might go a little further into town, ride through Times Square, whatever. We'll just see how everything looks and then just enjoy what New Haven, Connecticut has to offer. And then when we get there, obviously we're gonna discuss with him about the FXR tour and all that, which that video is gonna drop before all this. So next time I pick the camera up, will be our ride from Maryland into New York City. And of course, we'll take you guys along for whatever we see in New York, and then on our way to New Haven, Connecticut. So you ready?
I'm ready.
So anyway, we're gonna get on the bikes. We're gonna start putting some more miles down, and we'll see you at the next stop.
Shout out Tarpon Turbo.
Hey! And Club Style, Illinois. We're representing all the homies today. We're taking you guys along with us. We did it. We made it to New York City, and man, the ride from Maryland through here was actually pretty quick and not as crazy as I thought it'd be. The Jersey Turnpike, if you will, is like the ideal highway to ever travel. It cost us $18 a piece though, but they split the lanes with like just cars and I guess motorcycles on one side and then all the big trucks on the other side. There's like 3 lanes. That was awesome. As you see, we got the Statue of Liberty behind us, of course the New York skyline back there with the One Trade Center and everything. So we're about to get back on the bikes. We're gonna try to go through town a little bit. I'll try to pull the camera out if it's safe, and then we're gonna continue our way to New Haven. So we should be in New Haven probably about 3 o'clock this evening, afternoon if you will, and then make our way to the East Coast Jam tomorrow morning. All right, stay tuned. This is what I need. I need an FXLR, I think.
Oh, we all need one of those.
I mean, not just the colorway, but I grew up in the 90s, obviously. You know, my dad's bikes, the 21 and a solid rear wheel, that's like my jam, man. I love this thing.
Solid rear spoke front.
Yeah.
That was my chocolate house. That was mine.
Well, I'm keeping the solid wheel on the yellow one that's getting painted. It's gonna still have a solid wheel on there. Well, I guess this is a good way to introduce you. Here we are, Ashley. We made it to New Haven. I guess we're gonna eat at, what you call this place? The oldest?
So Lou's Lunch, I think it's the oldest burger joint in the US, 1800s.
Real quick, the ride from New York to Connecticut, I give it a -3 out of 10. It was, man, just between the traffic and dodging and playing Frogger and just the traffic. I mean, it would say on those big billboards, it'd be like, you know, a 30-mile distance.
Yeah.
Hour and 10 minutes or whatever, and I'm like, man.
That's why I didn't come and meet you boys in New York.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
The question is, you guys were in Maryland this morning?
We left. Yeah, we were in Maryland. We stayed at the Kent Narrows off the Chesapeake Bay. So we rode from there, went up to the Statue of Liberty, and then showed up here.
Where are you from?
Arkansas. So I'm doing a big
Atlanta?
loop back to the house.
So you took 80? No, 80's north. You took,
I cut across 40 all the way across, and then I met him in Virginia at the tip of Tennessee and Virginia. And then we've been riding the coast all the way up from there.
so you came up.
I didn't hit it.
Yeah, we went to Washington, D.C. We toured D.C. yesterday.
I hit 80 after Asheville.
Did you guys eat?
No, that's what we showed up here to. Let's go do that. Hell yeah.
Park right in front of Lou's.
And it's clean.
Whew, so clean. This is the stuff I geek out over when like the motor still has like the really clean, because these are.
So listen, the first thing I look at when I go buy any motorcycle,
Oh yeah.
look like that.
Yep.
Hey, you
Bro,
guys, go easy.
nice seeing you, man. Stay out of trouble.
Take
Combo love, you know that. Take care, man.
I like the Alex safety wire, your
Everything.
rectifier plug.
Hill safety wire, everything. Like, I own that.
I like the Swisser holder.
Yeah, that's sweet. It's built in, Harley.
All right, so I figured we were coming to New Haven to eat some pizza, but apparently we're eating the oldest burger. Well, not the burger. The burger's fresh, but the oldest burger place here in New Haven, thanks to Polly over there. So super simple. Oh my God. Literally,
fancy seeing you here.
hey, literally the best burger I think I've ever had.
Oh, mate.
Who would have thought just a beef patty, beef on regular, like Wonder Bread toast. It wasn't even like fancy like Texas toast. It was literally, hi, hey. Incredible. I'm blown away. So we're going to go to your place?
Yeah.
All right, drop the bikes off and then
we'll head back into Pepe's later.
okay, hell yeah. So we are gonna do some pizza still. So we'll get you guys a pizza review. Look at that lineup right there. This ain't the New Haven style pizza, but it's still Connecticut pizza. Real quick on the camera. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Hey, happy birthday, Ashley.
All right, let's eat some pizza and let's head to where my father grew up before we head to Blackthorn Resort. Hell yeah. All right, so we took a detour. We're in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, and this place has a huge, this is part of my childhood. This is growing up. This is where my dad was raised. My uncles were raised. This was my grandfather's house. And it's a shame to see what it looks like right now because it's been almost 30 years since I've been here, like 27 years. I remember my grandfather hanging that piece right there, and there used to be a wooden sign that said the Wheelers that hung off that little thing off the hedge. And there was a big, you see the imprint of the eagle I was telling you about? You can still see that brass eagle. Very, very grown up as far as like weeds. I guess no one lives here. We're gonna walk around a little bit. Man, I think the bread truck is still there. That's my grandfather's old bread truck. That's the roof of it right there. It should have a, I'll show you a tattoo that's got a piece of paint on the side of that. But this is it. This is what.
Let's see if the Wheeler sign is over here.
My uncle was living here for a while, so I'm sure he took that sign down. The property goes about 4 to 5 acres to the Housatonic River, and then you got the Great Barrington Mountains. I think that's what they were called, up along that coast. So I mean, it is like beautiful. It's such a shame. This house looks so much smaller than what I remember as a 13, 14-year-old. But every summer, I'd come up here and spend time with my grandparents, exploring this area, learn to drive a car out here in this big field, cut grass. Yep, that's the bread truck. Man, this is, I am so happy I did this. I know to you guys in the camera, y'all probably don't think much of this. I literally have chills seeing all this, because I didn't think I'd ever see this again. I figured other people would live here, the place would be cleared, there'd be nothing left. Here it is. So I'm gonna show you something. Look at, you see that horseshoe with the tree on it? On the side of the, right there? Because that was something my grandfather came up with as a family symbol. He used to paint it on sand dollars and all sorts. Man, there's that camper. That camper used to sit right over there for the longest time. And this is, all right, I'm not gonna geek out too much. I'm gonna take a little bit of this in for my personal sake, and then we'll pick back up here in a little bit. We'll get back on the road. I just wanted to see this. I'm happy that no one lives here, because I wouldn't be able to walk through this and do all this if people were here. So, all right, I'll pick back up in a little bit. Yeah, I wish I could stay longer, trust me.
You can.
I can, but I gotta be in Kentucky. I promised all those guys, and I'm looking forward to Kentucky as well. So.
Yeah, but you can get to Kentucky. I mean,
it's 900 miles. It's 900 something miles from here. It's almost 1,000 miles a day.
From here?
Yeah.
Where are you trying to get to today, then?
That's close to Niagara Falls,
right?
Yeah. So.
What is it from there?
600.
Oh, okay.
680. It's 300 miles to Niagara Falls. Yeah. So if I can make it to Niagara Falls tonight, or close to it, then I can wake up 6 o'clock and keep on trucking. Isn't this what they're supposed to look like?
Oh man, that looks great. So, like I cut my bid.
Man, I love that color scheme. Did you see the one from the? Oh, I sent you a picture of it from TMMR.
Yeah.
That thing looks so good. But it did good though. Like no big issues.
No, nothing crazy. I had a little wiring somehow fell out of the hooks up in the fender.
And rubbed on the
tire a little bit,
Is it still got the metal tabs?
Yeah.
It popped out of
Came
that?
out of them tabs somehow. So I don't know if, I have no idea. I tried to tape up some wires. Everything still works. I'll have to rewire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Well,
idea.
like mine, I got, you know, obviously I'll pull that carb and I'll do that vacuum line correctly, but yeah, a couple little things I need to tune up on
I
mine.
got 40s, almost 47, 9 on it.
That thing's awesome right there.
Side covers painted to match though. It's such like a
the push rod tube clips.
We've got the FXR 2, 3, or 4 side covers. These are worth a lot of money. These side covers.
yeah, but it's cool that it's painted to match on a 84.
Get this here.
Who hit that? Oh, wheeling it?
Wheeling
what?
it.
On both sides.
Oh yeah.
Are you a wheelie guy?
No.
I used to be. I'm too old for it now.
Yeah.
I am too.
I am too.
It hurts to when you fall.
I'll pull it up. I'll bring it up, but that's
Oh, yeah.
10 o'clock wheelie a minute ago.
yeah. I wheelied it a little bit, but
Started to teach myself how to
man, this thing's so clean.
it just goes right up.
Ness everywhere.
I can't
Dripping
get-
in ness.
I could barely get the tire to break loose.
Man, those
I'm actually loving.
blocks look great.
I'm loving this D&D Fat Cat.
Picking out shit I
That's
have.
what I think I'm gonna run on my 93.
What's that?
That Fat Cat.
It's kind of like beefy, but it looks good.
I don't know,
God damn.
but it's clean.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah. Those,
Those
rocker
Nest
covers?
rocker box covers, shit, Nest, everything.
I know, man, it's dripping
everywhere.
in Ness. I don't know if these are Ness. Yeah, that's
I think this is a whole Nest cover. Yeah, that's the whole cover.
you know, I've been wondering.
Hey, look, you reversed the coil too. Your mine is still blowing, isn't it?
I'm gonna do it.
It's still blowing.
I'm gonna do it. I didn't want to tell Ashley I was gonna bite his flip
Well-
coil, but I'm certainly going to because it just doesn't make any sense that it's like a fist of wires right between the jaws.
Oh yeah. Can you still run the cover though?
Yeah.
Well, I can't.
Can't move it over. I can't move it somewhere.
No, it didn't fit. It was like rubbing the frame and shit like that. I tried to figure out a bunch of stuff. The fucking insides of this are all blown out, so I had to move the hardware
I
off.
think that might.
So I think if I fudged it out, it wasn't the same, I think.
I've got the twin fire.
Yeah, I went and put the slides, the Bum King slides on it, on my convertible, and then I got the bags, and I'm like, oh, can't put the bags on now. They got the hard as a rock. So now I'm like trying to.
So man,
How's your ride?
it was good. Trouble free, man. Like it's been fun. Like making stops like along the ways, trying to like not just crush miles. I put the rain gear on one time. It started to sprinkle in Washington. We put the rain gear on, got on the bike, started riding. Sun came out. We're sweating. I'm like, take it back off. You know, pull over. Yeah. If I didn't bring it, I would have got soaked on the whole time.
Look at that thing, dude. Come them old boys.
Yeah. Did Joe is Joe coming in today or is he still?
Yeah, he'll be here late tonight.
Okay.
Oh yeah, those are Canadian guys. Yeah, they're all Ontario.
Hell yeah. That thing, I fucking love that.
That thing looks like it rolled out of the factory.
I love those wheels better than the Thunder Stars. The light, what are they called?
Yeah,
The Lightning Stars? Man, this thing's so clean.
So I have I have 6 111 FXRs, and this bike, for whatever reason, is just a unit. We're riding this morning, just coming down the on ramps and shit. I'm like, whoa!
How long you had this one now? Been a little while, hasn't it?
Yeah, like a year probably.
Yeah. Out of all yours, which one have you had the longest?
My other 91 RP with the gold wheels.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my bury me on it. Like, yeah, listen, I tell Joe Kid all the time, man, you got to pick one.
Yeah.
You got to pick one and keep it. It's got to be like your bike.
It's got to be your thing.
You know?
I don't feel like I'm in the business of getting rid of FXRs.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah. So
like, I feel like I'm only here to acquire more.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
I've tried the other bikes. I don't want any
Which is
of
why I
that.
have 14 FXRs in my fucking garage. I just can't get rid of them.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it just you or someone else with you put this on together? Or who like orchestrated the whole?
So
give me like a little bit of the history of the East Coast Jam.
So the East Coast Jam was just kind of an idea that we had on a Facebook group page 11, 12 years ago. There was like a first one which wasn't like an official jam, and then after that,
it was in Maggie Valley.
Yes, yeah, it was in Maggie Valley, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just kind of a collaborative idea. It wasn't really anybody's thing, you know, per se. It was always everybody's thing.
Gotcha.
You know? So like a thing that would always continue no matter who was running it. You know what I mean? We had some issues in Maggie Valley like 4 years ago. And it just kind of like run its course. You know? And the guy who owned the hotel that we went to all the time had not so kindly said he didn't want us back there, and we had never really given him a problem, so he was kind of perplexed. And you know, we thought about the Northeast, but we needed a place that was like biker friendly, you know, a place that could accommodate. We usually had about 70 bikes, 75 bikes.
How many were here last year?
Over 150.
Yeah,
150, 175, something like that. So once we brought it up here, we gained a whole new contingent of guys that weren't, I shouldn't say committed, but that didn't want to ride 1,100, 1,200 miles to go to North Carolina. Right. So all of a sudden, instead of having 50,
I'm from Atlanta.
so instead of having 50 to 75 guys, we started having 150 guys.
Right.
There's so many FXR owners in New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, you know, Ohio. I mean, you run through this parking lot, you see plates.
Canada just showed up.
Ontario just showed up.
I haven't seen another Georgia plate.
I don't think I'll see another Arkansas.
Shame on Georgia.
Yeah, shame on. So we just kind of came up with the idea to move it and try it up here. And another guy, John, had recommended here, and he was like, hey, you should call there. So I called. It was just kind of one of those things, nobody really wanted to like take the reins on it. So, and I really don't do anything. All we do is what? I advertise it on my Instagram.
Right. Yeah.
Post it, and that's it, you know.
Yeah, I never knew the whole history of it, and when people ask me about it, I'm like, man, I'm new to the whole FXR scene. I'm still learning, and that's kind of what this whole document and all this shit's for, is for other people to kind of like.
So, but that's what we want.
Yeah.
Is, you know, it used to be very, like if you don't have an FXR, don't show up. FXR only. They used to write that on, like. Yeah. Well, when they have like a fast forward day at the racetrack, you know, they tell you like, well, you don't have a Ford, man, you can't come in. No. Because like, what if you like Fords? What if you want to buy one and you're thinking about it and you just wanted to go there and look at a bunch of them? Talk to guys that own them. Broken Ford. So, you know, the idea is to like get this whole, because you know, if you don't build something, it dies. If you don't get younger or get with the program, it dies off.
Big truth right there.
So if you're not welcoming or inclusive to people, or you got old guys going, oh, you fucking ruin these bikes by putting twin cats and you do this, you do that. Like, what the is the point of doing what we're doing?
There's a difference
in
passing on knowledge and gatekeeping, you know.
Nobody likes a gatekeeper.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it kept growing, and this is our 4th year here now, and
this was such a nice ride coming in here.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Dude,
my ride from Atlanta has been, with the exception of New York City to Connecticut.
So, hey, I'm gonna be at the jam. Oh, I'll bring it with me. Yeah, that's what Richard was just talking about. He's like, I PayPal him, and then he's like, all right, I'll drop it in your mailbox on Saturday. That's cool. Yeah, I heard he was local, so.
felt this?
Oh, I felt all kinds of things. I want to lose some water on it so bad. On my bag.
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Oh, yeah. And I like these little...
And this is Suicide King's Chris. He's a builder for this year's FXR Tour, building a super killer, flaked out, like the most obnoxious green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
you won't find nothing.
No.
You're looking around.
I'm looking around. Well, that sign almost.
Maybe.
So definitely follow with him. Ton of FXR content, obviously, and like he just got done explaining, kind of one of the, you know, been here since the start to get you guys out and riding your bikes and enjoying them and doing what they're meant to do.
Yeah, man, it's your event.
Yeah.
You know, if you're watching this, man, this all belongs to you guys, you know. Showing up, have a good time, talk FXRs. And
look at FXRs, talk FXRs. I'm gonna walk around a little bit more. A lot of guys have been rolling in and out. Like I said, I'm only gonna be here probably till about, I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock. Oh shit, it's probably already 5 now. Damn, it's almost 6.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, I might be here for another hour or two, and then and then I'm gonna hit the road and try to make as far to the Niagara Falls as I can. All right, man. Well, it's finally awesome to meet you. I can't wait to see you in St. Louis. If I don't see you before the tour, we'll see you again in St. Louis.
We're excited, man. We can't wait.
All right, man. All right, we'll get back to you in a little bit.
Big bump that power plant like yeah. He had a power plant painted in for him and shit. But it's got all power plant fucking everything on it. Yeah. Everything is just fucking.
This dash, man, I'm telling you.
You gotta shim them. It's not like a daddy.
So clean. Look how clean, like.
They just put it as a frame like a week and a half ago.
I know, but like just for factory, like the gauge, the stereo, the plastic cover for the radio, all the buttons.
Sal, you're gonna be on YouTube.
You only got to take a nice FXR2 and make it nicer.
Fuck out of it.
Nicer. Yeah. All right, so I think that's a wrap here. I know a lot of guys are still rolling in. I think they said something like there's 40-something rooms that are still due for check-in tonight. So I know like Joe Kidd, World Class Dirtbag, all those guys are still rolling in tonight. I hate that I can't stick around any longer, but it's already 8 o'clock. And like I said, it's 930 miles to Kentucky. I wanted to try to at least make it as close to Niagara Falls as I could. If I can make it at least one gas stop, which on my bike's about 130 to 150 miles. If I can make it one gas stop tonight, I know it's gonna be dark. I don't have a clear visor, so it's kind of some back roads. So I don't want to get into the whole looking out for wildlife. This is the East Coast Jam. I am super, super, super stoked I made it, even if it was just for a few hours. Definitely doing it again next year, and I'm hoping next year that Justin and a few others do it with me. I kind of want to do the same route again. I want to go through Washington. I want to leave maybe a little earlier to spend a little bit more time in the cities, see some people and do all that kind of stuff. But either way, I encourage everybody to do this. This was definitely worth it. I've been sitting here chatting with so many guys that I've only known through Instagram, and it's been a blast. I've been here now, what, about 3.5 hours. Do not want to leave, but I got to leave. Got to make it to Kentucky. So I'm cutting the video off here. In the morning, I'm going to pick it up with the next part of the video. It's going to be me going into Niagara Falls, and then Niagara Falls to Kentucky, and then the event down there in Kentucky. So hope to see you guys down in Kentucky. I'm stoked on everyone that I saw here. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one, or I'll see you, I guess, actually tomorrow. You guys take care. We'll see you then. Peace.